Hey guys, I'm BNS.
Hey everyone.
And I'm back after 2 years.
Welcome back to my channel.
During these 2 years, I learned a lot and I met world-class people and I completed reading more than 600 plus books.
You serious?
So in this episode, I'm going to share what I learned from Buddha, one of the greatest teachers to ever live. Guys, in this video, I don't want to touch on major topics like Ashtanga Marga and the middle path. Such kind of core concepts of Buddhism I'm not going to touch. I just want to share about some of the topics that really resonated with me and that are not quite well known in the mainstream.
Yeah, great.
So the first lesson I have learned from Buddha is the concept called second arrow. It was written in a book called No Mud, No Lotus, and it was actually very fascinating and so true to listen to. Imagine that there's an arrow that's coming straight towards you and hit you on the spot. Would that pain? Of course it would pain, right? Now imagine there's a second arrow that's coming straight towards you and hit you in the same spot. How does that feel? Would it pain 2 times more or 3 times more? No, it would pain 10-fold more. That's what will happen to us if we keep on thinking about the things that already happened. There's an author called Phil Stutz. He has written a book called Tools. In that book, he mentions that in life there are 3 things that you can never avoid. First one is pain, second one is uncertainty, and third one is hard work. Similarly, there are so many things that will happen in our life that will cause us pain. Okay, that's a part of life.
You know how much I sacrificed?
But if you keep on thinking about that pain and ruminate and keep on having negative thoughts about it, what happens is that you are making that pain a lot worse than what it needs to be. So indirectly, you are shooting the second arrow yourself. Once we understand that there are some things in our life that are inevitable, then it will liberate us. So that's why this saying makes so much sense. That is, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. So the second lesson is something funny, but actually makes a lot of sense. Imagine that there's a rat roaming in your house and you want to kill that, okay? You want to put poison so that it comes and eat and dies, okay? But instead of rat, you consume that poison and think that, okay, now the rat will die. Would that make any sense? No, right? Similarly, imagine that you have so much of anger on someone else and you keep on having that grudge inside you and keep on ruminating about that and keep on scolding them in your mind and making lots of things in your mind. It's the same stuff. You are eating rat poison yourself thinking the rat will die. Buddha actually told in a different sense. That is, imagine that you're holding a burning coal in your hand and thinking to throw it on someone else. Whose hand is gonna burn first? Is it there or yours? It's yours, right? So that's why it's better to not hold the coal at all and leave the topic.
I get it. Thank you.
See, there are so many things in life that will happen where you can learn. But if you keep on holding to that, similar to the second arrow story, it's like you're gonna burn your hand. This reminds me of Tony Robbins' lesson actually. If you are angry for say 5 minutes or something, your immune system will weaken for more than 5 hours. So it's not worth it, guys. So if there is anger, say God bless and leave the topic.
Stop it. Get some help.
You can learn from that so that you will not repeat the situation. So this concept is a fundamental concept, and this is something that I have to say that changed my life completely. So this concept is called consistency over intensity. Buddha says that little by little one becomes evil, just like drop by drop a pot fills. Little by little a person becomes good, just like drop by drop a pot fills. Everything that you want to achieve in your life or everything you want to become, it all begins with a small step.
Strong focus on what I want.
That's why consistency over intensity. You know, I have a channel in India which has more than 600,000 subscribers. In that channel, I issued a challenge that I will be speaking Japanese by the end of the year.
すごい
In order to make that happen, I committed reading every day for 30 minutes for 5 months. So I did that. Now I'm almost able to communicate in Japanese in a way that people could understand. Also created a Japanese channel in Japan, and that is what consistency is. If you are consistent, your success is inevitable. Actually, this core wisdom is getting repeated in so many books. If you see Atomic Habits by James Clear, he writes the same, that if you keep on improving 1% every day, by the end of the year you will be improved by 37 times. So guys, 37 times is a huge number. This lesson might hurt a lot of people, but Buddha said in a beautiful way. I will read it for you guys. Like a lovely flower, full of color but lacking in fragrance, are the words of those who do not practice what they teach. And he also said that dharma is not upheld by talking about it. It is upheld by living in harmony with it. You should understand this point by now, that many people say a lot of things, they preach a lot of stuff, but in reality they don't follow. That is the highest sabotage that one can do to oneself. Actually, these concepts were written in a book called Dhammapada, and I think that still upholds to this age. Guys, if you are not consistent with what you are saying, and if you are not doing what you say you would do, what happens is that you are indirectly or directly betraying yourself. That will create a lot of guilt inside you. Actually, now I will share a cool study that happened which will show this in reality. In that study, there were some religious scholars and students who were challenged to give a speech about how to be a good Samaritan. So actually, there's a path that you need to go through in order to reach the seminar hall. So scientists deliberately placed a person who is shivering and suffering on the road. And the scientists wanted to see that the people who are going to give a speech about how to be a good Samaritan would stop by to help that person, or would they directly go there? Do you know what happened? More than 90% of the people did not stop by, and they directly went to the seminar hall and gave speech about how to be a good Samaritan.
What?
See, that's the hypocrisy. So please try to practice what you preach. By doing that, you will become successful in all areas of life.
Okay.
In this world, there are so many people who say so many stuff, but they never fulfill that. But if you develop a reputation that if he says something, it will happen, then you will be ultra successful. Guys, I have read more than 600 books till now.
Wow.
And I read a book a day, and actually it's not complicated at all. It's so easy to read a book a day. And actually, if you really want to know my secret technique to read a book a day, for you guys, I prepared a free ebook for you guys to download. Guys, in that ebook, you will read a technique which I developed myself. It is so cool that you will see how easy it is to read a book a day. And also, in that ebook, at the end of it, I mentioned my top 10 book recommendations. Guys, I have read more than 600 books, and out of all the 600 books, I chose top 10 books and I included in that ebook. So there's a link in the description below. All you have to do is just click that link and download the ebook, and you have to let me know how it is.
I get it. Thank you.
So what video should I do next? As I said myself, consistency is very important. I'm gonna prove that to you guys. So I'm gonna upload a video a week, and I'm going to make this a wonderful learning session for you guys. So thank you for watching. You guys are awesome tackling.
They love me.